Coming up on OU Nightly, heated debate as a bill that would ban some books in Oklahoma classrooms makes its way through the House. Plus, the university is rolling out its plan to deal with record enrollment.
And if you're staying here in Norman or traveling elsewhere for spring break, I'll have what you need to know as you're traveling. This is OU Nightly.
For watching OU Nightly, I'm Cariana Gamboa.
And I'm Gracie Steinbrink. We begin at the Oklahoma State Capitol, where Senate Bill 1250 will now be heading to the House after heated debate in the Senate.
The bill would require schools to submit a full list of books and materials in their libraries every year. OU Nightly reporter Regan Garvin is live in the newsroom with how the bill could impact Oklahoma school districts. Regan?
Cariana, Gracie, Bill 1250 aims to remove sexually explicit books from schools and provide parents with a way to report these books. But opposers say the bill is too broad, describing it as a red tape nightmare. If schools don't comply, their state funding could be decreased by 5% for the next fiscal year. This bill has raised questions about whether the Bible would violate this bill due to mentions of nudity and sexual activity.
The only thing the Bible has ever stimulated me to is virtue and holiness.
Bill 1250 passed with a vote of 39 to 8 and will now move on to the House of Representatives. Cariana, Gracie.
Thanks, Regan. If the House of Representatives passes the bill, it will take effect on July 1st of this year. Now, we had some serious storms over the past few days, but it looks like we're seeing some sun now.
Yeah, Cariana, right now we have OU Nightly meteorologist Parker Schrader in the studio to tell us that drought outlook going forward.
Yeah, guys, we had some storms the last couple days, but that drought right now, because we didn't get a lot of rain, is still sinking into those extreme categories out to the southwestern parts of the state and western parts, and that's why we have a red flag warning until about 8 o'clock later today, and that's because we got those dry conditions. So I'll be talking a little bit about that fire weather risk we have out west, a little bit of that weekend cold front's going to be blowing in, and those spring break temperatures and what we can kind of expect heading forward as we go later on to March. So, guys, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Parker. OU President Joseph Harris Jr. announcing the OU campus master plan. The plan will begin this spring and is designed to help guide OU's future growth. The university says they will examine existing infrastructure and how they align with OU's increased growth. President Harris telling OU Nightly that with the university's growth, the time is right.
We don't think it's just a 1 or 2 year phenomenon. We now have 3 years of this, of 10% growth. This year will be about half that rate. So 4-ish%, 5%, and so we feel comfortable doing this.
The plan is divided into 3 separate phases. Phase 1, which was announced today, will focus first on OU's Norman campus and is expected to last until this summer.
And right now we're going to show you that you're taking a live look at the Will Rogers International Airport, where planes have been taking off all afternoon as students prepare to head to their spring break destinations. The current wait time at the TSA is around 10 minutes, which is under the national average.
OU Nightly meteorologist Scotty Allen joins us in studio to take a look at forecasts for some of the most popular spring break locations students are going on campus.
Yeah, that's right. I've got your spring break planner. So for tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be warm and dry for most of the country besides Chicago and New York, as we have some remnants of that storm system from over the weekend. And then as we go into Saturday afternoon, it's still going to be 70s here on the Gulf Coast region, but then that's going to be changing. So enjoy your beach time while you have it, because this cold front's going to be coming over across the country. We got teens in Denver, so if you're going to Denver, bring your winter coat. Snow, 40s in Oklahoma, and then by Monday, it's going to be 50s. So also bring your sweatshirt if you're going to the beach in Orange Beach and Galveston, and those 50s are going to be sticking around as we go into the next couple of days into Tuesday, and those rain showers too along Florida and all of that. But as we get to Wednesday, those temperatures will be rebounding, and then of course Cabo's 91 and Cancun's 80. So if you're going there, it's going to be nice. Enjoy your spring break and be safe traveling. Back to you all at the desk.
Thanks so much, Scotty. Airport officials across the country are warning travelers to arrive at least 2 hours early to the airport to account for the TSA times.
An armed suspect rammed a car into one of the nation's largest synagogues. Hayden Grubbs has that and the rest of today's national headlines from the News Center.
Yes, the incident happened at Temple Israel in West Bloomfield, Michigan. After the car ran into the building, security opened fire, killing the suspect. Police say emergency responders found what appeared to be a large amount of explosives in the suspect's vehicle. Police officials say no children or staff were hurt. The U.S. Senate has failed to pass a Homeland Security funding bill for the fourth time. The vote was 51 to 46, with 60 votes needed for the bill to pass the Senate. Democrats say they refuse to vote to pass the bill without ICE reform. Senate Republicans say that is unreasonable. This current partial shutdown is nearing a month, and another vote will be held next Thursday. And a shooting this morning at Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, leaves 1 dead and 2 injured. The suspect, 36-year-old Mohammed Baylor Jalla, has been announced dead. Officials have not revealed how he has died after the shooting. And FBI Director Kash Patel has said in a post on X that the agency will now be investigating the shooting as an act of terrorism. And CNN reports that even though global oil prices have fallen, relief will not be seen in the coming days before spring break. Cariana, Gracie.
Welcome back. 14 high schools in the metro traveled to Norman High School to attend a student council conference. OU Nightly's Emily LeBeth shares how Norman is shaping the future leaders of Oklahoma.
You change and impact students' lives at your schools.
Student councils do more than plan the fun events at a high school. Pep rallies, assemblies, spirit weeks, homecoming, school dances. They represent the student body.
They're the voice for those who either do not want to speak or cannot speak.
Norman High Student Council hosted a conference to impact student leaders across Oklahoma.
It is a good time for students to come together and mingle and build community, but also we want them to take away some things that they can take back to their high school.
Teaching them lessons of gratitude.
So we're gonna write over there, number 1.
A lot of our schools have philanthropy weeks, and so a lot of times we're needing to thank people for money that they're contributing to these causes.
The Norman students enjoyed showing their tiger pride, welcoming the other councils with open arms.
It was definitely a really cool experience to have all the schools there and kind of see this is what Norman High is about.
Stuco gives students opportunities and resources to improve their leadership skills.
I've definitely seen myself grow as a leader in Stuco.
Stuco in general, as a whole, has changed my life. There's so many leadership lessons that I can do a whole podcast on this. You learn that not all leaders are the same, but they are equal in value.
And the lessons they learn carry on long after high school.
Whether that's a big event planning or fundraising or building community within small groups. So you do that in the workplace, you do that in college.
Reporting from Norman, Emily LeBeth, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Emily. In the fall, Norman High will host 125 student councils at their school for a statewide leadership conference.
There are plenty of events in Norman to keep you occupied this spring break. Leah Smith has that in today's Around Town report.
Thanks, Gracie. Once again, it's time for the second Friday Norman Art Walk. Starting tomorrow night at 6, the Walker Arts District of downtown Norman will be transformed into a celebration of art and creativity. Many different local businesses and artists will be lined down Main Street, and many live artists will be performing as well for a night of fun and community. Spring break is right around the corner, which means it's time to get ready for St. Patrick's Day. Saturday at Ruby Grant Park in Norman, there's a Shamrock Gold Quest 5K beginning at 2 p.m. And there's a medal for all finishers of the race. And there's even a 1-mile fun run available for those 21 and up. More information can be found on the Shamrock Gold Quest 5K Facebook page. And it's time for this week's live music roundup. Tomorrow, beginning at 8 p.m., the band Chicago will be playing at Riverwind. Saturday morning, Joe James will be at Yellow Dog Coffee Company for Saturday morning at the Roastery. And later that night at 9 p.m., Kirsten White will be at the Blue Bonnet Bar. And Sunday night, Hosty will be at the Deli at 10. For more information on these events and others in the Norman community, be sure to check out visitnorman.com. Gracie, Cariana, back to you.
Thanks, Leah. Weather officials say climate patterns could mean a big change.
Yeah, how these new findings could affect the rest of your 2026.
And hey, the spring break is on the way. What can we expect for those temperatures and what we can expect for the precip? I've got that sneak peek of your spring break coming up after the break. Welcome back to OU Nightly. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's been a crazy last couple days. We got some severe weather, but right now, clear skies on the National Weather Center cam. We're looking at Highway 9 in Jenkins. Pretty clear right now. We got some temperatures up into the low 60s right now, 64 here in Norman. Feeling like 64 with a gust out of the south at 13 miles per hour. So that's helping to warm us up a little bit right now. And so that's kind of been a nice little trend as we're kind of going to see that as we continue into our weekend. Looking across the nation right now, pretty clear here in Norman. We have this right here is our system that brought us that rain on and showers on Tuesday, and we have some snow up on the northern portions of the state. So right now, though, or the U.S., so we're clear right now, and that's the same thing with our temperatures. We're looking right now mid-60s here in Norman, but over on the western portions of the state, we got some temperatures up into the upper 60s and almost low 70s in the Panhandle, and that's why we have that red flag warning out there, because right now our humidity right now is dry, especially here in Norman, but definitely on the northwestern part of the state is where we're seeing those humidity values up into the teens. So that's going to help to elevate that fire risk, as well as these winds. We got some southwesterly winds pushing off up to the north, and that's up around 37 miles per hour gusts. So it's pretty gusty up there, and that's why right now we have that sort of higher risk of fire weather out to our west. Here in Norman, we're only at an elevated. We did actually have a couple fires down to our south, a little bit further into Carter County, but those have been put out as of right now. So that's good, but definitely that's going to be kind of the trend. We're looking to see a little bit more fire weather as we head forward, because right now, looking closer into your spring break and a little bit further, we're looking at some below average precip, so we're not going to be seeing a lot of rain as we head forward, so it's not going to help the drought, and this isn't either. We're going to be sitting above average, so that's going to be at least good for your spring break. You're going to have plenty of time to get outside and enjoy the weather, at least heading forward. But as we head into your weekend, we're going to have a little bit of a cold front going to be moving in. So Friday, we do have a little bit of a light cold front. That's going to cool us down. But as we head forward into your Saturday, we're going to be warmer. But here we go. See that right there? Sunday morning, that's going to be the big cold front. It's going to sweep across much of the nation, bringing really cold temperatures Sunday afternoon and especially into your Monday morning. So that's going to be a little bit of a shock, but we're going to see some temperatures that are going to rebound. But as we kind of see those gusts on a Saturday, going to be coming out the south of at 20-21 miles per hour. But again, as we head into your Sunday, there's that gust front or that cold front going to move in, bring some really gusty winds, almost 40 miles per hour at some spots of the state. And that's going to be really gusty and bring in some colder air as we head into your Sunday. But we do have some softball this weekend as well. And temperature-wise, we're going to be looking pretty good for the first couple of games. I want to point out 73 for your Friday and 80 on your Saturday. But as we head into your 7-day forecast, we're going to kind of be watching that cold front like I mentioned on Sunday. So I know we have another game on Sunday, but it's going to be a little bit colder as we got that cold front moving in.
Yeah, Parker, my family and I wanted to go out for the games this weekend, so are you telling us that we should bring a jacket?
Definitely, at least for Sunday, because that cold front's going to be moving early Sunday morning, and first pitch is around 12 p.m., so it's going to be pushing in right around that time, so it's going to start to get cold, and it's going to get colder as you head throughout the rest of your Sunday. So I definitely grab a light jacket for that game at least.
Well, thank you so much, Parker.
Of course.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is warning that El Nino may return. NOAA says it could happen between June and August and last through at least the end of the year. It could also make 2026 or 2027 the warmest year on record. And now some OU players are looking to make a lasting impression to get to the pros.
And other pros in OKC have a goal to break some records. OU Nightly sports reporter Michael Thompson is live from the Paycom Center to tell us more. Michael.
Gracie, I'm inside the Paycom Center on what could be a historic night for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'll have more on what record could fall tonight coming up in sports.
Hello, I'm Natalie Orozco, and it's time for sports. It may not be lightning and boring, but OU Nightly sports reporter Michael Thompson is going to tell us more about Thunder in OKC.
Natalie, I am in the concourse of the Paycom Center just outside the Thunder shop because of a career event that's happening on the court. But speaking of careers, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could have a career night. But first, he may have clinched his second straight
I have answers
MVP.
to the test, but I got to see the questions first. So once I seen he was on my left and I was going right, I think it was Christian Braun that was in the gap. So I knew I probably was if I drove to shoot a midi, it's probably gonna be a contested with two guys. So I tried to separate from the three and get a good, comfortable shot, and then went down.
Well, who would have thought that a Wilt Chamberlain record could fall in 2026, but here we are. If Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scores 20 points tonight, that will be his 127th straight game scoring 20 points. That would break the big man's record that has held since 1963. But standing in his way is the Boston Celtics, who will be without Jason Tatum And if he can do that, that will be a new record. We'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. OU men's basketball is coming off a first-round win against South Carolina in the SEC tournament. OU hasn't won 2 conference tournament games since 2003, and with ESPN placing them as the 4th team out, head coach Porter Moser and the team are trying to keep their March Madness chances alive.
We've had this mantra even when we had lost 9 in a row. We just felt there was a path. We got to keep believing and staying in each other, and we've been taking one game at a time. And we talked about it's amazing when you get a group of people all believing in a path, even when other people don't see the path. That's life, man. So it was more of the message was not about anything different other than let's just keep getting better, what's right in front of us, the urgency and everything.
And the City of Norman's Aaliyah Chavez earned herself ESPN's National Freshman of the Year. Chavez's success is supported by leading 10th ranked OU with 18 points, 4 assists, and over 3 rebounds a game, joining Paige Beckers as the only freshman to do so since 2009. And you ought to believe today's Pro Day, where eligible draftees showcase their skills to NFL scouts. OU has 14 players participating. Running back Jaden Ott ran a 4.46 in the 40-yard dash with a 10'11" broad jump. That could have tied first in the NFL Combine, and a 40'5" vertical. That could have been second. The scouts are out, and the pressure is on for prospects like Ott.
It was difficult, man. You know, being a competitor, I want to be on the field, but I think that I took a lot from it, a lot of learning lessons, and you know, it might be like that in the league when I have to make practice squad or be on practice squad and still be able to contribute to the team and not come in the building and be in bad spirits. So it was a learning lesson.
And it looks like OU quarterback Kyler Murray has been released from the Arizona Cardinals after being with the team since 2019. According to Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero, Murray is favored to scurry to the Minnesota Vikings. As for Oklahoma's St. Patty, OU softball hosted Tulsa, where Sooner Ella Parker knocks it out of the park not once but twice. This game marks Parker's 3rd 5 RBA game of the year and 4th multi-homer game. OU run-rolled the Hurricanes 12-1. And next door, OU hosted UT Arlington. The Sooners utilizing 6 pitchers, transfer Mason Bixby being one of them, striking out 5, and the team having 14 total strikeouts. Bixby earning his first win as a Sooner 6-1. Cariana, Gracie.
Thanks so much, Natalie. Coming up after the break, we're going to have a special birthday story to tell you.
See how one man is celebrating his birthday while helping others when we come back.
Good evening. I'm Lauren Jackson at the OU Nightly Update Desk. 2 people have turned themselves in as a part of an ongoing oil field theft investigation. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation and Oventive Energy have found missing pipes in 8 different counties. The suspects are facing charges of larceny of oil field equipment, criminal conspiracy, and engaging in pattern of criminal offenses. The investigation continues tonight. Gracie, Cariana, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Lauren. Now, Parker, can you give us one last look at the weather?
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty warm into your weekend. We got a little bit of a cold front heading into Sunday. Coolness down on Monday, but warm temperatures coming back next week.
Now, we're going to tell you a special story about one man in Utah who doesn't let age slow him down.
Yeah, that's right. Ray Weber, he's been helping students safely cross the street for 24 years, and today is his 90th birthday. He says he didn't want to let retirement stop him from being active, and that his secret to living a long life is staying young, being happy, laughing a lot, and having a good time.
Well, what a great reminder. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Cariana Gamboa.
And I'm Gracie Steinbrink. Be sure to watch OU Nightly weekdays live at 4:30. Have a good spring break.